set to go with match number 1. Kerry Logan going to start it off here against Riga Kalfas. Couple of lefties.
Kerry Logan coming off of that brilliant win there in the 10th frame against Steve Bruck, winning by 1 pin by striking out in the 10th frame, as Jennifer told us about in the Open. Starts with a great shot there and leaves a solid 7.
He beat a hot bowler in that roll-off. Steve, of course, last week came all the way from match 1 to the 10th frame of the championship game before bowing out to two-time king Brian Himmler. Kerry gets started with a spare here in the first. Speaking of hot bowlers in this town of late.
Somebody yelling Riga Monster.
That's what he has on his bowling equipment too. He's
That's true.
Got it tattooed, Riga Monster. Because at 5'6", we know they're not referring to Riga himself.
That's right. But he does have a monstrous ball.
Yep.
That one looks pretty good.
We talked about it in the Open, George, and I referred to it last time he was on the telecast. If there's a bowler you're going to pick to make great shots in town right now, if Riga's name doesn't come to your lips, you're not looking around real well. Tough player.
Of course, we're at Green Hills Lanes in Green Hills, and they have a parent-child league starting up. It'll begin the first Monday in June, and that's where the child from ages from 5 to 12 can participate with their parents Monday, and they're also trying to start one on Wednesdays. If you're interested, please call here at Green Hills Lanes.
Riga in the second. A tad high on that one.
Avoiding disaster there, George, by breaking up the split in the last moment. The 4-7 remains. The 10 went out late, but ball not thrown as well as Riga can throw it. He makes a ball change here to shoot at the 4-7. You're looking at it. Goes to the harder shell blue ball to cut down the hook and to do away with the potential of chopping the spare.
So lefty against lefty. Kerry Logan working on that spare in the first frame.
Kerry reaching the roll-off situation in a very, very peculiar set of circumstances. Brian Himmler had to win the show last week to enable him to go into the roll-off against Steve Bruck. And actually, Kerry was like 5th or 6th down on the list, Jennifer, from last week, if I'm not mistaken. And he still winds up making our telecast by a set of circumstances that just happened to fall into place.
That's true. He ended up actually in 9th place.
And all those other people who either being on the show or qualifying or winning, and geez, and all of a sudden he's in the finals, and so what am I doing here?
He had a 704. That probably is one of the lowest qualifying scores to make the show all year.
I think other than our show at the Pin House, which was extremely competitive, I think you're right. But Kerry Logan's a tough player, and he is in this game lofting the ball well out onto the lanes. People have asked me about that. We bowl together on Thursday night. It's his way of getting the ball through the heads or the first part of the lane and not having to contend with that early ball reaction.
Of course, you can look for the finals be coming up in a few weeks here. The women just bowled absolutely fabulous this year, and I can tell you I did not make the finals for one reason.
Aww.
These women were just awesome. Robin Boston, Linda Ashley, Burke Brockman, Lynn Irvin, Nancy Fair, Jan Hill, Julie Pruitt, Pam Shishang, Regina Snodgrass, and Marion Young will all be participating for the top 5 or 6 spots, I believe.
You're right. You alluded to it. The female level of competition has gone up. You've had a good year, Jen, and you just missed a couple of weeks, I know that. But Robin Boskin, wow, what a story there. She blew away the Hamilton City All events by shooting 1950. That's 150 pins over. Divide that by 3, and what's she average, Jen?
Don't put me on the spot.
We'll come back to that in a minute as we talk about Riga's errant shot going wide, leaving the 1-3-7-9. Again, not indicative of Riga's ability. Again, switching to the ball that's going to hook less for him, therefore a little easier to control. You want to hit the head pin just to the right of center and slide that head pin over into the 7. Let's see if it's done.
Just like that.
Textbook. Let's take a look at it. You want to see how to make the spare? Well, this is about as good as you can see it. Right-hander or left-hander, it makes no difference. This is the way you want to make it. Wow, what concentration. Riga, what do you think? Boom, you are out of here. That's about the best cross-body block you're going to see all year.
At least until football season anyway.
That's right.
Yeah, 3 pounds, 6 ounces. These pins don't hit quite as hard as those 260-pound guys, huh?
That's right.
Riga, that should pump him up after making a difficult spare, and it does. He throws an absolutely great shot. The count on the spare hurt him, and Kerry Logan with the spare up can go with a strike and maintain a 2-pin advantage because of that bad count. But 2 pins against that guy is not enough. Lofting the ball well out on the lane and delaying the roll. Kerry Logan is a master at that. Wouldn't recommend that to you at home, but if you want to take a look at it, this is how it's done. If you're going to get it out on the lane, right over the 9th, 10th board, and then starts hooking back in, and wow, he saves all that roll for where it's used the best, and that's going through the pocket.
A little bit of history here at Green Hills Lanes. It was opened in 1953 by none other than Sandy Coleman. And the place really looks great. They got a big screen TV here, a nice lounge. Of course, the NCAA finals will be here.
Well, we show you the good ones. Let's show you a bad one. Kerry Logan, completely errant shot, cups the ball, does not get it out to that 9th board area as he has before crossing over the 1-3 pocket. Kerry, that's the wrong side, but you guys out of here. Great,
Counts
George.
the same. Yeah,
Yep.
counts the same. He's got a double up. So Riga looking to double here to keep pace.
Okay, pounding one off the trees, off the tee, and winding up in the hallway.
Take that every time.
Riga answers with his double with a little more authority. 2 pins behind, and again, 2 pins for this guy, just not enough, ever. You can take a look at it. 55 to 57, 3rd frame. Logan leading by 2, but Riga looks to be a little more comfortable in the lanes. Jen, what do you think?
I would say you're absolutely right. Riga always looks comfortable to me, though.
Just a comfortable kind of
He
guy.
just is very.
He's certainly experienced with the TV time. He's been getting a lot of it.
Wow. Oh, no.
That was not that high.
Jennifer,
Really wasn't.
I'm telling you, I thought he made a great shot. The ball reacted well. It hit well, and he winds up with a bad split. Let's see if we can see what's going wrong here. The ball goes out to his target right here. He likes it. The 1-2 pocket. Okay, no deflection going through the pocket at all, and a bad angle on the 3-pin going to the wall does not get the sticks. Bad break.
Get the 1.
Going open here in the 6th frame. Kerry Logan, who got the break on the last ball he threw.
Good. Again, our game is a fascinating game, and it's a lot of fun. But how do you account for Logan throwing a worse shot than Riga and winding up on the better end of the deal? I mean, sometimes that's a hard one to accept, George.
Very disappointed, Kerry.
Yeah,
He'll come
Kerry
back and
doesn't
take
like
another
that one.
Pepsi break and regroup. And
One of the best attitudes you're going to see in the game, though.
that's right.
He uses the full approach on the lane. I don't see a lot of guys do that anymore.
And heels are hanging off the back there.
Yeah.
A good spare shooter, a good match play shooter, and a good competitor, Kerry Logan. he and I and Lou Hudipole and John Kibbe. And we've got Bob Bossy on our team on Thursday. Stumps Lane's a little house on the west side of town. We didn't go there this year, but we're winning that league. We're having a lot of fun there, George. I'm telling you, there's $50 difference between first place and second place. There's no real motivation money-wise, but
You guys lead the league in shooting the breeze, I assume.
but that too. We hold a lot of the stats. I didn't know you did us that well. Oh no.
Another bad break, except this time on the other side of the fence.
Exactly. Logan right here, you see him go a little high. Now that ball actually goes out too wide, but hooks back a lot harder, leaving the right-handers 4-9. You are looking at the 6-8.
And I'll venture to say he's going to give this a good ride.
Pin count would dictate that he should maybe go for one and almost make it, exactly as he did do. You shoot for it, but you want that pin. You really don't want to give it away in a match play as tight as this. Kerry Logan, unless Riga Kalfas strikes, will still maintain a 2-pin advantage.
Riga up in the 7th.
Let's take a look at this if we would. The doctor, Riga, just trying to make that thumb hole feel just right. He's working at it with his scissors, trying to get that tape just right because the feel is so important, George.
Like a surgeon.
Like a sturgeon. Must
You
have needed.
think you are, Weird Al or something?
That's my nickname, Weird Al.
Got the weird part right.
Boy, you are on a roll today.
Sorry, I'll leave you alone. That's it.
Ooh.
That's the last one.
Well, we're looking at another match again where I don't want it, you take it. Just as we saw last week. Somebody's going to have to take command in these last 3 frames.
Going wide, leaving the 3-7, a difficult spare, and he tried to bring it out of the pit, but he's open again. You know, the guys we've got on this first match, you talk about 2 gentlemen. Riga Kalfas, one of the nicest individuals you ever want to meet. 13 pins. He is in the cellar, both players open in the 7th with 3 frames to go. His dad, just a marvelous individual. His wife still collecting those checks, Jen.
That's right.
She's a darling. What a great bowling family.
Finds himself down 13 pins here in the 8th frame. Looking to get on track with this shot here.
Oh no, identical, almost to his last shot.
What? He's smiling. What in the world does a guy have to do? 3-6-7 now to shoot at. Maybe he wants to put on a spare clinic for us today, huh?
I don't think he had that in
yeah,
mind.
so far that's not even scoping out. So.
No, really. 3-6-7. There you see it. You got to hit the 3-pin to the right of center and shoot that baby over there into the 7th. Let's see. That's close.
Gave it a ride.
I think one more shot and he'd have it perfectly. Let's hope he doesn't get another one at it.
Yeah, really. Kerry Logan finds himself with a 13-pin advantage and capable of making it 33 pins if he can capitalize with a couple of strikes. But it don't look like the strikes are coming real easy right now.
Not at all.
Look out. He's looking back at me. Kerry, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. The 3-pin going right straight through the head pin, breaking down the split. Actually going heavy now looks to be a little more wise move than sending the ball wide, Jen.
I'm just looking, pardon me, Dave, I was just looking at Riga. He's going back after another ball. Try something else to get a good reaction.
Oh.
Had you fooled, David.
I'll tell you what, you want to see one hanging off the edge? Kerry Logan sends it out there. He's not afraid to send it to the ditch, is he? Look at this. Look at this. He's out to the half board before it hooks back.
I'm sure that's not the way you want to make a 1-pin spare, flirting with that
No.
big orange gutter.
Typically, you'd want to cut your hook down and go a little straighter at it. But wow, what a shot. That's more better.
Not like that.
That's the way my son says. That's more better, Dad. And that's the way you want to do it. Striking the all-important 9th frame. He's carrying a 24-pin lead into the 10th frame, and Riga can keep that consistent, but he's got to strike. Let's see if this ball change pays off for him.
And he needs to get it going right here because he's in desperate, desperate shape.
How about that?
There you go. That's the way. Look at it. Wow. Why didn't I think of that sooner, huh? Take a look at it. He goes with a ball that goes longer, down the lane, delays the roll, head pin, center your screen to the right hand, just flies off there and takes out the 7, the 5, and the 10. Potential for Riga if he takes it out, 189. Logan, if he strikes out, 213. Riga's mission is to strike here and in the 11th frame, and then see if Kerry can answer the call. Got to have a strike right now. Oh my.
He ripped that rack.
Oh my. Look at Riga saying, what in the world?
Well, the ball change proven to be a pretty good change. It just may have come a little late.
For you people at home that don't know Riga personally, he looks cool, he looks calm, he looks composed, and he is all of those things. But inside is a raging furnace that wants to just absolutely crush the competitor and the pins. Outside, a nice guy. Is this a nice ball? He's gonna put Kerry Logan's back to the wall with that one. His potential, 189, as we mentioned. Take a look at it here. The critical 11th shot. Is it perfect? I'll let you be the judge. Oh, what a ball
Those
jam.
didn't have a chance.
189, George.
Kerry Logan will have to mark.
Kerry Logan with that shot. Riga Kalfas is going to force Kerry to mark in 10 frames.
And Riga closes it out with 4 straight strikes, the 189.
Well, we saw it last week, George, not to interrupt, but forcing someone to do anything in the 10th frame will alter their method of executing. And as simple as a spare sounds, that's exactly what Kerry has to have, and he knows it. Sometimes they're not as easy as they look.
Best kind of spare I know of.
Get it all done with one shot. Kerry Logan with the put away.
That should just about do it. He only needs about a 6 count here to close this match out. So, you know, he started going, it appears to me, he started going just a little wider.
Exactly. George.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Man, he picked right up on that.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
were going to talk about that, and I mean, that's absolutely right. He adjusted his speed and the amount of arc that he throws, and it pays off. You can't stay where you're at if you're not comfortable. Change balls, change speeds, change angles, whatever, but don't stay where you're at and get
Beat up on.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Searching for the right words there, Jen. Thank you.
We'll see Ron Bonnert in our next match, and of course the winner of that to go on to face Brian Himmler. He's working on his 3rd week as
Kerry Logan closes it out with a 213 to Riga Kalfas' 189. So Kerry Logan moves on to our 2nd match. And we will have that match right after this Golden Ball giveaway.